Everyone researching a move to the Chicago western suburbs starts with Naperville. And Naperville deserves the attention. It is genuinely one of the best places to live in the country. But here is what most buyers figure out after weeks of searching. Either the price is higher than they planned for, or the inventory is tighter than they expected, or both. And that is when the real question comes up. What else is out there? In this video, I'm covering 4 towns near Naperville that buyers are starting to notice. And not because they are second choice options, but because they are genuinely strong markets in their own right, with real lifestyle, real schools, and real value at price points that Naperville cannot touch. If you are doing your research on the western suburbs, you need to know about these 4 before you make any decision. My name is Moses Bonilla, real estate agent here in Chicagoland, specializing in Naperville and the Fox Valley area. Now, before we get into it, I put together a free Naperville relocation guide for buyers who are seriously planning a move out here. It covers this entire region in depth. Now, the link to grab it in the description below. And if you find this video helpful as we go, hit like and subscribe. I put out honest content about this market every week, and it helps more people find it. Now, let's get into the 4 towns. Town number 1, Batavia. Batavia sits about 15 miles northwest of Naperville along the Fox River, and it is the most underrated town in the Fox Valley corridor. Most buyers have never seriously considered it. That is starting to change. Here's why buyers are noticing. The median home price in Batavia as of April 2026 is approximately $493,000 based on Redfin. That is roughly $150,000 less than Naperville's median sold price of $650,000 from March 2026. For that difference in price, you are getting a single family home in a community with a genuine identity, a charming downtown on the Fox River, strong local schools, and a tight-knit community feel that is hard to find in larger suburbs. Batavia School District, Unit District 101, serves the entire city and feeds into Batavia High School. Batavia High School receives an A- grade from Niche and is recognized as one of the top high schools in Kane County. It is not Naperville's District 203 or 204, but it is a solid school, and for families who do not need to be in a top 50 national district, it is more than sufficient. The lifestyle in Batavia is distinct. The downtown along the Fox River has local restaurants, a farmer's market, and a community culture that feels intentional rather than generic. The town has a long history as well. It was known as the windmill capital of the world in the late 1800s, and that history shows up in the architecture and the community character in a way that newer suburbs simply do not have. The commute story is a trade-off. Batavia does not have its own Metra station in the city. Residents typically drive to Geneva's Union Pacific West Station or south to a wharf for the BNSF line. For remote workers or local commuters, that's a non-issue. For daily train commuters to Chicago, it's a step to plan for. Batavia's home values have appreciated 11.4% year over year as of April 2026, according to Redfin. That is one of the stronger appreciation rates in all of Fox Valley. Buyers who discovered Batavia early are seeing that reflected in their equity. Buyers who are discovering it now are still getting in ahead of the broader market awareness curve. Town number 2, Oswego. Oswego is the price point story of the Fox Valley. The median home sale price in Oswego was $362,000 in January 2026. That is less than half of Naperville's median. For buyers who need more home for their budget or who want to get into the western suburbs market without stretching the Naperville prices, Oswego deserves a serious look. Oswego sits about 10 miles south of Naperville in Kendall County. It has a population approximately of 30,000 residents and a small town community feel that larger suburbs have lost. The downtown along the Fox River has locally owned shops, restaurants, and a quality of life that residents consistently point as one of the reasons they chose Oswego over a closer but more expensive option. The school situation in Oswego is straightforward. Oswego Community Unit School District 308 serves the entire community. It carries a B plus grade from niche, solid, not elite. Oswego East High School and Oswego High School both have strong programs. For families who want a good school district without paying the premium that comes with Naperville's top 50 national ranking, Oswego's a real option. The commute from Oswego to Chicago requires planning. Oswego does not have its own Metra station. The closest option is the Aurora Transportation Center on the BNSF line, which is about 20 to 15-minute drive depending on which part of Oswego you are in. From Aurora, the BNSF runs directly to Chicago Union Station. For buyers who are fully remote or working locally in the western suburb corridor, this is a complete non-issue. For daily Chicago commuters, it's a real consideration. What makes Oswego worth watching is the growth trajectory. The village has expanded significantly over the past 2 decades, and new construction is active in multiple areas of the community. For buyers who want more space, more value, and a quieter pace of life within a reasonable distance of Naperville, Oswego is the most accessible entry point in the entire region. Town number 3, Lisle. Lisle is the one that surprises buyers the most because it is essentially next door to Naperville, and most people have never thought seriously about it. Lisle shares a border with Naperville to the east. It sits entirely within DuPage County. The median home price in Lisle is approximately $330,000 according to current market data, making it one of the most affordable markets in DuPage County given its location. And here's the detail that changes the conversation for a lot of buyers. A significant portion of Lisle sits within the Naperville District 203 school boundary. Specifically, students south of Maple Avenue in Lisle are zoned for Naperville District 203 schools, including Naperville North High School. Naperville North ranks 26th in Illinois, according to U.S. News 2025 rankings. That is a top 30 high school in the entire state, accessible from a home in Lisle at a Lisle price point. Let me be clear about what that means practically. You can buy a home in Lisle at a significantly lower price than Naperville, and your kids attend a Naperville District 203 school. That is a real financial arbitrage opportunity that very few buyers know about. The buyers who do know about it are already taking advantage of it. The rest of Lisle falls within Lisle Community Unit School District 202, which carries an A grade from niche. That is a strong district in its own right. Lisle has its own metro station on the BNSF line, the same line that serves Naperville. That means train commuters to Chicago have direct access without driving to another city. The commute from Lisle to Chicago Union Station, it's comparable to Naperville's and often faster depending on the express schedule. The Modern Arbitrum, one of the premier arboretas in the country covering 1,700 acres, is located in Lisle. For outdoor enthusiasts and families, that is a genuine lifestyle asset that is steps from your front door in a way that most suburbs cannot offer. The trade-off in Lisle is the downtown. It is more modest than Naperville's vibrant Riverwalk or Geneva's charming 3rd Street. If a walkable downtown with dining and community energy is a top priority, Lisle delivers less of that than its neighbors. But if your priority is school quality, Metra access, DuPage County location, and an accessible price point, Lisle checks every box at a fraction of Naperville's cost. Town number 4, Plainfield. Plainfield is the new construction story of the region. If you're a buyer specifically looking at new builds in the western suburbs, Plainfield is the market that deserves the most attention right now. Plainfield sits about 10 miles south of Naperville in the Will County. The median home sale price was $453,000 in January 2026, according to Redfin. That is a meaningful gap below Naperville at a price point that still gets you a quality single-family home in a growing community. The reason Plainfield appears on this list is the new construction activity. Multiple national builders, including Pulte, MI Homes, and D.R. Horton, are actively building communities in and around Plainfield right now. For buyers who want a brand new home with builder incentives, warranty coverage, and modern floor plans, Plainfield has inventory options that are genuinely difficult to find at comparable prices in Naperville or Geneva. The school district in Plainfield is District 202, one of the largest school districts in Illinois. Plainfield high schools carry solid state ratings and niche grades in the B to B plus range. Not elite by Naperville standards, but strong enough for most families who are not specifically prioritizing a top 50 national district. The commute from Plainfield is the primary trade off to understand. There is no Metra station in Plainfield itself. The closest options are Aurora on the BNSF line or Joliet on the Heritage Corridor, both roughly 12 to 14 miles away, which is a real daily drive before you even board a train. If you are driving straight into Chicago, Plainfield is about 38 miles from downtown, roughly 45 to 50 minutes without traffic, and significantly longer during rush hour on I-55. For remote workers and local commuters, that math works fine. For daily Chicago commuters, it is the most honest reason to think carefully before committing to Plainfield. What makes Plainfield compelling in 2026 specifically is the combination of price, new construction, inventory, and proximity to Naperville amenities. Buyers who want a new home do not need to be in a top-ranked national school district and are willing to drive to their Metra stop. Get significantly more home per dollar in Plainfield than anywhere closer to Naperville. If you're in the process of researching the western suburbs and you want someone to walk you through which of these towns or Naperville itself actually fits your situation, reach out. No pressure, no pitch. Just a straight conversation about what the options actually look like for your specific priorities and budget. Grab the free Naperville relocation guide in the description. It covers this entire region in detail. Or reach out directly. The link is below. So those are the 4 hidden gem towns near Naperville that buyers are starting to notice. Batavia, Fox River lifestyle, strong appreciation, and a price point roughly $150,000 below Naperville's median. A genuine community identity that larger suburbs have lost. Oswego, the most accessible price point in the region at $362,000 median, with a solid school district, Fox River downtown, and room to grow. Lisle, the one that surprises everyone, next door to Naperville, its own metro station on the BNSF line, and parts of the town feeding directly into Naperville District 203 schools at a fraction of Naperville's price. Plainfield, the new construction market of the western suburbs, builder inventory, modern floor plans, and a price point below Naperville with room to negotiate on incentives. None of these are consolation prizes. They are different choices, and for the right buyer, any of them could be the better fit than Naperville itself. If this video gave you a clearer picture of the options, hit like and subscribe. I put out honest content about this market every week. And drop a comment below. Which of these 4 towns surprised you the most? Or if you're already considering one of them, tell me what drew you to it. I read every comment and I respond. I'll see you guys on the next one.